guys, how's it going? Welcome back. And this is our review day of the Yaegoo or Yaegoo pellet trap. Sunrise also carries these as well on Amazon. Though this one is identical to the Sunrise one. This one actually comes with 10 targets. Not this particular target though. I already shot off the ones that it came with. They're pretty cool because you get 5 multicolor ring targets, and then you've got your 5 standard targets that have, you know, your black and your white on them. And anyway, so I've already shot those through. We've been going crazy the last little bit shooting. My wife has been shooting a couple of her guns, and she actually spent about 12 or 13 of the targets in our collection, and some of which were some of the new ones, as well as me. And so we've been rifling through paper targets like crazy, so I had to order more. But anyways, so if you'll remember, I had a Yaegoo trap, which I actually still have. It's in here in the shop permanently for use with when I'm shooting pellets through the crony. I'm kind of chewing up the cardboard box way too much. Gotta get another one going actually for the BB gun stuff. But I thought the Yaegoo one, because it didn't last me very long, very poor quality build in that thing, very disappointed. All my air guns are under 500 feet per second air guns. I live in Canada, and you know, to get over 500 feet per second air guns, they're considered firearms, which really they shouldn't be, but hey, we're not the US. I wish we were in that sense. Anyhow, so that trap did not last me very long, even with 22 caliber rifles. I mean, it's been chewing up the back deflector, it's been denting the daylights out of the back plate. It's just horrifying. So anyways, life is now in here. So this new one I got, I saw it on Amazon, is about the same kind of price range as the Yaegoo. But even in the pictures, the steel looked thicker, and it's actually welded together too, which is nice. Where the Yaegoo is not. But the steel actually is almost twice as thick. But it's also a much better quality steel. And so I've been shooting the daylights out of this thing at close range, at further ranges, with my 22 caliber stuff. I've been putting even some heavy pellets through my guns because I wanted a little bit more smack, just to see if I could, you know, do any damage to this deflector back in here. And all I'm doing is managing to scrape the paint off, and that is it. Not even a ding yet. Even if you get a missed edge, which I think I have one. Yeah, I got one little missed edge right here. Did 0 damage. This trap is actually rated for up to 800 feet per second air guns. Now that I would assume, be up to 22 caliber. I don't know, they don't get specific on what caliber of air gun it can handle at that speed. Because see, the neat thing about Canada too is we can have any caliber of air gun we want without a license, as long as the speed is under 500 feet per second. So we can actually create a lot of energy and still stay under 500 feet per second, which is kind of a neat little twist. But in general, most of the guns that are readily available to us with ease in our stores, they're like 177, 22 caliber type of stuff. But there are places we can buy 25, 38 caliber, 50 caliber air guns, and put out some really serious horsepower and still stay under 500 feet per second. So I don't know how well the trap is going to handle that stuff, but I do have future plans for wanting to get a couple of higher caliber air guns that are under 500 feet per second and see just how they really handle it. Because see, speed is one thing, but energy is the impact, right? And so you need energy to do the destruction part of things. But this trap, I'm happy to say, is definitely worth the $28 Canadian on Amazon for this thing. All you do is just search pellet trap, and you'll come up with this one with a picture of 2 different types of targets for $28.99. I don't know what Amazon.com sells it for, but you'll also come up with a brand name of the identical looking target. Now the colors do look slightly different in the black. One looks more grayish black than it does actually black. The other one is Sunrise. This one was Yaegoo, or Yaegoo. G-O-O is the end of it. That's the seller anyhow, but otherwise no other name attached to it per se. And so these things, you can mount them on anything. You can mount them on a wall, you can mount them on a tree. They have the little hooky thing to do that. I actually put the screw up top and then a bracket down below, and that's all I need on this little short piece of 2x4. And I can clamp that into my workmate bench that I use outdoors for setting up my targets with. So anyways, I would say this is definitely a buy. I'm going to give this thing, as far as the star rating goes, for what I have for air guns. Okay. Now remember, they do say up to 800 feet per second in the ad. So taking it at that alone, I would probably say 22 caliber. Okay, because 800 feet per second, 22 caliber. Even if you're using a little more than a 14.3 grain pellet, you're going to produce some serious energy. You know, but it should handle it apparently. I do have a friend that actually has PAL-rated air rifles in that speed range, and I'll see if I can get together with him and we'll put this thing to the actual test as far as that goes in the 22 cal stuff of the higher powered level air guns. That won't be for a while. He's very, very busy all the time, so it's hard to get together, but I'll do what I can, and if and when that happens, you guys will definitely be updated at that point, but otherwise, take it as you will. 177, 22 caliber, up to 800 feet per second is what they say this thing works for. So if you do have guns like that that can get to those speeds, buy one of these things and try it out, and do let us know your experience as well, because I'd be kind of interested myself. But it's looking really good. So where am I going to put this thing for a star rating? Well, I'm going to put this at a real easy 4.5 out of 5. For my use, my purposes, and for the guns that I currently have in my collection, because they are all under 500 feet per second, and they will always stay that way regardless of caliber. But, you know, for what I have, you know, unless of course the Canadian government does change our laws and finally allows us to have, you know, like higher powered stuff like the US, in that case, that'll be cool. But I'm not holding my breath, so we'll stick with what I got. Value-wise, for dollar, it's definitely worth the $28.99 Canadian for it. So if you are in Canada, you're looking for a quality pellet trap, this would definitely be the one. Stay away from that, you know, assemble yourself GAMO or GAMO one, because it is absolute garbage, and it's not going to last you even a season of shooting, you know. And guys have got on my video too that have had this thing, and on the forums, they've had the Gamma one. They say the same thing. It's very poor quality, does not last them very long. So yeah, it's definitely one that is not worth the money in the end. Initially it seemed okay, but hey, the test of time, right? And I've put probably, well, between my wife and I, we've definitely put well over 1,500 rounds through this one, and all we're doing is scratching the paint. So that's actually very encouraging. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.